Alright, so I'm just importing the image planes. So I'm going to do that here real quick. So that's front. And we'll do side. And I'm just going to center these a little bit better. Okay, these are pretty good. I'm going to go to the attribute editor, drop the alpha gain to 0.5. Same on that one. Okay, go back to my split panel view. Come up to my poly modeling tab, and I'm going to click the cube. And remember, this little button right here makes you can toggle transparency. So that right there. And let's do this. Go to forward. Actually, let's line this cube up. Go to the side view. Can I get that roughly there? Okay. And I'm just selecting all the vertices on this side. I'm going to hold X, and I'm just going to snap that to the center plane. Okay. Now let's make that instance side of it. So we're going to go to Edit, Duplicate, Special. And let's just make sure instance is checked, -1 on X, and duplicate special. And there we go. Let's go to the edge mode, and I'm going to select from this side and move things around from this side. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to go to my multi-cut tool. Drop that around the arm area. And I'm just going to move that into place. You drop another one in there. And remember, the way you do loops is just get your multi-cut tool and just hold Control down. And there we go. Pull loops. Just this side down and push that in. Now I may actually want that around there because there is going to be that pectoral muscle. Okay, so that gives us our base shape there. Next thing, let's go ahead and do kind of get this figured out from the side. So I'm going to go to the side view. Looks like I got off a little bit here. So what I'm going to do, it's going to go to the vertex mode, and I'm just going to hold V and just kind of snap all these. Actually, let's just select them all, and I can just hit R and just squeeze all that, select all those, Squeeze all those, and we should be back to a good spot. Okay, so here I'm going to go back to edge mode, and I'm just going to select, let's go ahead and select, let's go to vertex mode. And let's just pull these in. Back here, it's gonna pull those into place. Alright, I think we are getting something okay. Alright, so let's go back to face mode. And let's go back to the front view here. I'm gonna hit, I'm gonna go to my scale tool, and if I just hold shift, I can just extrude that in. Go back to my move tool, and I'm gonna hold shift and pull that out and rotate that so we are following the arm, and put that around where the elbow is. I'm just, these little planes are getting in my way and I keep accidentally selecting them. So I'm just selecting both, and I'm going to make a little layer by clicking this button. You don't have to do this, they were just kind of getting in my way. And I'm going to click that, and I'm just going to change this little button. So I'm going to click it twice to get it to R, and now it's restricted and I can't really select it. So that'll kind of keep it from getting in my way. So I'm just going to go back to the edge mode and just start putting some of this stuff into place. There we go. And we're just really roughing this in right now. This is just basic forms, and we'll actually we'll get all this. Looks like the elbow is maybe about there. Okay, and let's pull this down. Come out to the wrist. I know the arm's going forward a little bit. So do that. And I'm just going to scale that down. So I know the wrist is somewhere around in that area. Okay. Now the arm is going to be much smaller than that, so I'm just going to scale that in a bit. Okay. Alright, so what we want to do is we are building this. So I'm going to select that little edge loop, and I just want to bring it out just a hair, just something like that. And then I know I'm going to need to put some topology in here. So let's go to our knife mode, and let's just put one like right down the middle on each side. And then what we can do, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to toggle off this transparency just for a second, just so I can kind of get a sense of what I'm doing here. I'm going to grab this so it stays on the main plane. I'm just going to round these. Oops, looks like I do this. I'm selected over there. Yep. Just those little back edges. We'll do something like that. And do something like that. Now I also know that the way this is posed more like this. So I'm just going to rotate. I don't like the way that this is rotating right now. So if we go over here to our little tool up in the right hand corner, we can change this from world to object and all this sort of stuff. And actually, it's on objects. So let's just go to face. Okay, try that again. There we go, something along those lines. And we're starting to get the shape of a body. I think you can see that a little bit. But the thing is we are going to want to continue to shape this. So we are going to need more topology in the armpit area. Before we do that though, let's this is pretty boxy, so let's go back to our edge mode and let's start pushing some of these edges in. Now that we've got a center line, we can kind of round some of this off. So you can see we're starting to get that basic humanoid shape, and so this is just us going in, and then as we go point by point, we may want to adjust some of this too. And if we hit 3 on our keyboard, we could see it. Now we're getting a problem here because we have faces in the middle. So what we want to do, if I hold Control 1, isolate just, let's do that again. Control 1. There we go. Alright. If we get these middle faces, we can delete just these middle faces. We don't want anything else selected. And again, I did Control 1, or you can toggle this on and off. And now that I have the middle faces selected, every time I toggle it, I'm just going to see just that. So I'm going to delete those. I'm going to come back here, and then if I come back here, I can smooth that out, and you can see I'm starting to get this body. So what we want to do is we want to rough out the body and the arms and the legs. We'll do the heads, hand, and feet separate. So as we do this, let's kind of keep pushing this. Let's add a little more topology in the armpit area, because we know we're going to need that when there's starting to be some movement. We'll want some topology in there, and I might even add another edge loop. Okay. Now, one of the things we'll notice is we kind of get some of these little blocky types of fields. So let's add in, let's do it, let's look around where that neck is at. So I'm going to come to the front view, and I'm going to put an edge loop there. And then in this view, I'm going to get those faces, and I'm going to extrude those up. And again, we're getting these inside faces, so I'm just going to select those and delete them. Now you can see that we're starting to get that edge. Just going to kind of pull that out. Pull that in like this. And then we'll want to shape that neck. So go to our multi-cut tool and use our control, and we could add an edge loop in there, and now we have some edges that we can select and kind of push in. And so this is just kind of where you just kind of really start dialing in things, and you just kind of slowly build this up. The other thing I like to do too, especially with organic type shapes, is go ahead and use your brushes. So if we go over here to my classic, if we go down to modeling, or no, not modeling, we want to go to sculpting. Okay. And let's see. Okay. Back to tool settings, and let's take that to like a 0.1. We can kind of smooth some of this out. So maybe 1. There we go. I can see it's working. So we're going to just want to smooth some of this out. And if you have a pen, I would encourage you to really utilize that pen, because it's just going to make your... Don't worry too much about this right now. These get off. Like if I smooth over here, you can see we're getting a crack and stuff like that. Don't worry about that too much at this point. I'm going to go to this view though. And I'm going to select my move tool. It's going to start pulling things into place. Let's make the brush size bigger, and again I just do that by holding V and middle mouse. But you can see the size is also over here too. And just make it a little bit bigger. See, we're starting to shape this in. And so I'm going to go back to the smooth. I'm just going to smooth some of this stuff out. And maybe we'll go to our topology smooth as well and kind of really smooth some of this out. Okay, so knowing some anatomy here can really be helpful, because I know the waist should go in and our pectorals should kind of come out here. And there should kind of be this flow of this muscle group into here, where right now it's super flat. There should be some traps right here that have some weight and volume. Our latissimus dorsi right there should have some volume that's filling in right there. And right now it just feels super blocky. So knowing some of that, and it's always good to use reference too in regards to all that. But I'm going to come back over to the poly modeling tab, and I'm going to start just adding a few more divisions to a few areas. I'm going to, since I know there's going to be an elbow right here, I'm going to go ahead and put, I'm going back to my kind of blockier view. Do that. Just so I can kind of get those in like I want them. Okay. And I'm going to smooth that again by hitting 3. Okay. So let's go back to our sculpting tool. Let's go to our move. I think we've kind of roughed it in okay from here, but let's go to our side view. And right there, you can see our pectorals really should be coming out around in this area. So let's pull this area out. So provide some definition. Another tool I like to use a lot is this just inflate tool. So if we click this, it's just going to inflate. And if you hold shift, you can also smooth. So I'm just going to inflate. I think we need more topology right there. So I'm going to come back in here, add some edge loops, also for the waist. And we've got some topology in there, so I think we just need to work it now. So go back in here.